I'm Susan Israel, and I'm here with Peter Lipset at Artcurrent Gallery. Our exhibit, Tidal Pool, is here from August 23rd until September 8th. And we have three categories of work. We have work that we've collaborated on, and work that each one of us has done solo. The work that we've collaborated on is thematically tied together. They're all oceans-based pieces, and they're all made from reclaimed oceans-based materials. So we have tire that's recycled. It's from a plant that refabricates used truck tires and uses them in the fishing industry. And we've used that in a lot of different forms. There's fishing net, repurposed masts, and various other paraphernalia that we've picked up along the way. So this piece right here is the one that got away, and this is the fishing net and the repurposed tire. And the reason why we called it that is because these pieces are actually the fenders that go into scalloping nets when they lose one at sea. They have to use this particular piece to go back as a replacement until they get back to land and they can repair the net. But they look like fish. And so we looked at it and we said, well, this kind of looks like the one that got away. So that, and it's really a little bit of an allegory about the fishing industry and how we're overfishing. And there's a lot of fish in this one, and there's fewer fish in this one, and that might be the direction that we're heading. That we collaborated on was Figurehead, and we were inspired by a show that we had worked on, another piece in New Bedford for the New Bedford Art Museum, but a byproduct of that collaboration was this piece Figurehead, which is, it references the figureheads on the whaling ships and the trade ships that came and went from New Bedford. And we've cut out these flat pieces of rubber as profiles of the heads and then the shoulders, the bodice, the skirt, and they're at rest here, but you can actually twirl this almost like a puppet, and they spin out. There are references to the colonial silhouettes that were cut from paper and other references in the piece as well. And then there is Merweeds, which again is using repurposed materials that are of and about the ocean. And that one is a little lighter hearted, and it has various little secrets tucked into it. The pieces that I've worked on solo are all related to a theme, the ocean's theme and a rising tides theme, and are connected back to the Energy Necklace Project, which is my primary work, which is using sculpture to promote sustainability issues. And so the masks herald back to these voyages and the trade, ocean trade over the years, the disappearance of indigenous cultures as we start to mix cultures with that trade. The bottle project is the outgrowth of Rising Tides, which is currently installed at East Boston Harbor Arts. And Rising Tides shows the rising sea levels painted line by line as the sea rises over the next century. The message in a bottle is a response piece that is tied to that. In this art current show, I have one piece called Bon Mot, and you'll see they're all individual pieces, and they all have messages in them. These were originally hidden out at East Boston Shipyard as part of Rising Tides, as part of the response to stimulate people to think about their response to the rising tides. But apparently somebody thought they looked like bombs, and so they were actually uninstalled before the show ever started, and I had to replace them with pieces with twine, which were less threatening. But so these are now Bon Mot, because apparently talking about rising tides is so incendiary, it almost got shut down before it opened. But each one of these bottles has a little message, a word to prompt people to think about it. And then at the site, there's actually a collection bottle for people to respond. And the shingle is a reference to both what happens when the ocean subsumes all the houses and we end up having things that are supposed to be on top of dry land in the ocean, but they also have a reference to sort of black volcanic sand, so I love that material. And so that is a combination of everything kind of coming together, working through a collaborative process and a solo process, and several different shows, stewing ideas around and kicking off different pieces and culminating in this show at artcurrent in Provincetown. Thank you.